Bees, they're tiny, they're fuzzy, and they're nature's pollination MVPs. But let's face it, whenever we see one buzzing too close for comfort, we can't help but panic a little. It's because of that infamous reputation, the sting. And if you've ever heard someone say, "Oh, a bee dies after stinging you," you've probably wondered, is that actually true? It's not entirely wrong, but the reality is a bit more, well, dramatic. Let's dive into the surprisingly complex and somewhat gruesome tale of bees and their stingers. Meet the bees, a sting operation. First off, not all bees are created equal, and that's not just their mothers talking. There's a whole lineup of buzzing buddies out there, each with its own personality and, yes, stinging potential. Bumblebees are the cuddly teddy bears of the bee world. They rarely sting and are more interested in rolling around in flowers. Carpenter bees, on the other hand, are like the daggers of the bee family, drilling holes in your deck like they've got a home renovation show to host. Honeybees, though, they're the drama queens of the bunch, while other bees, and even wasps, can sting repeatedly without a care in the world. Honeybees follow a strict one sting and done policy. But wait, there's more. Wasps and hornets often get unfairly grouped with bees, but they're the rowdy cousins you avoid at family gatherings. Unlike honeybees, these guys can sting you multiple times without so much as an apology. Honeybees, on the other hand, are more like, "If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me." This stinging one-and-done phenomenon is unique to honeybees, and honestly, it's a bit of a raw deal. But before you start feeling sorry for them, let's break down exactly what's going on when they bring out the big guns, or in this case, the tiny stinger. The anatomy of a sting, it's all in the barbs. Here's the thing about a honeybee's stinger. It's not just a simple needle. It's more like a corkscrew with attitude. Imagine if a bee decided to moonlight as a medieval knight, crafting its stinger to be part weapon, part grappling hook. When a honeybee stings you, it's not just delivering a poke, it's screwing its stinger into your skin like it's uncorking a bottle of wine. And while that might sound fancy, it's actually where the trouble starts. The stinger's barbs, which are great for digging into predators with thin skin, get hopelessly tangled in the thicker, fibrous skin of mammals like us. It's like trying to yank Velcro apart when it's stuck on the wrong fabric. Here's where it gets gruesome. When the honeybee tries to fly away, its stinger doesn't come with it. Instead, the poor bee ends up tearing part of its abdomen off, leaving its stinger behind. Talk about a messy breakup. This tragic design flaw is unique to honeybees, but it's not as pointless as it seems. That stinger left behind isn't just sitting there, it's actively pumping venom into your skin for up to 10 minutes. Yes, even in death, the bee gets the last word. It's a bit like a mic drop, except the mic is full of venom, and your body is the stage. What happens after the sting? You might think the bee's story ends when it flies off to meet its maker, but its stinger has other plans. Once embedded in your skin, that tiny stinger is like a little machine, working overtime to make sure you really feel the sting. It pumps venom into your body, which contains chemicals like melittin that are basically your immune system's worst nightmare. Melittin is like the drama queen of peptides. It triggers pain, swelling, and redness, and if you're allergic, it can cause an even bigger scene. But don't worry, most bee stings are more annoying than dangerous. The key is to act fast. The longer the stinger stays in, the more venom it pumps, so removing it quickly can make a big difference. And no, you don't need to call an exorcist or perform a ritual, just scrape the stinger off with a flat object like a credit card. Avoid using tweezers though, as squeezing the stinger can inject even more venom. Think of it as diffusing a tiny venomous bomb. Not all bees sting or die trying. Here's a surprising twist. Not all bees are in the stinging business. Male honeybees, for example, don't even have stingers. That's right, these guys are completely unarmed and spend their days focused on, well, other pursuits. Their main job is to mate with the queen, which sounds like a cushy gig until you realize it's a one-time deal that ends in their death. Talk about a tough dating scene. Female worker bees, on the other hand, are the real powerhouses of the hive. They're the ones doing the stinging, foraging, and hive maintenance, all while dealing with the occasional predator. These ladies don't sting for fun though. They only sting when they feel threatened or need to protect the hive. So if a bee buzzes near you, it's not plotting your demise, it's probably just scouting for flowers. Bee venom, nature's tiny chemical cocktail. Let's not gloss over bee venom. It's a chemical marvel that packs quite a punch, earning its rightful place as nature's tiniest chemical cocktail. This complex mixture of enzymes, proteins, and peptides works in perfect harmony to deliver that fiery, unforgettable sting. The star of the show, melittin, is like the troublemaker at a party. it bursts onto the scene, messing with your cell membranes and inciting your immune system to sound the alarms. This peptide, though small, is mighty, creating that intense burning sensation we've all come to dread. While unpleasant for us, it's a bee's ultimate defense mechanism, highly effective at warding off predators. But here's the curveball. Bee venom isn't just a weapon, it's also a healer. Welcome to the fascinating world of apitherapy, where people willingly embrace this venom for its medicinal properties. Used in alternative medicine, bee venom therapy has been employed to address conditions like arthritis, Lyme disease, and even neurological disorders like multiple sclerosis. Scientists are still evaluating its true effectiveness, but the anecdotal success stories are nothing short of intriguing. Imagine volunteering for a sting now. That's dedication to wellness. Bee venom's versatility doesn't end there. It contains other compounds, like phospholipase 2, which is being studied for its potential in cancer treatments, and hyaluronidase, which helps venom spread through tissues, and is now being explored for various medical applications. Essentially, what feels like an act of tiny vengeance may actually hold the key to groundbreaking medical advancements. Who knew something so painful could be so potentially life-saving? It's like the bee's way of saying, sure, I sting, but I've got layers like a very prickly onion. To sting or not to sting? That is the question. So, why did bees sting in the first place? Spoiler alert, it's not because they're mean little buzzers looking to ruin your day. Bees are actually peaceful creatures with an impressive work ethic. They're too busy pollinating flowers, making honey, and keeping the hive running to bother with us. Stinging is their absolute last resort, a desperate move when they feel truly threatened. Think of them as nature's tiniest security guards. They won't start a fight, but they'll sure as heck finish one if you provoke them. Imagine this. You're minding your own business, but suddenly a giant with a rolled-up magazine starts swatting at you. Wouldn't you defend yourself too? That's essentially the bee's perspective. They don't want trouble. But if you step too close to their hive or make them feel cornered, they'll take action. The best way to avoid a sting: stay calm, don't swat, and give them some space. Bees aren't interested in you, they're interested in doing their jobs. Let them pollinate in peace, and everyone can walk away sting-free. Interestingly, bees are strategic about their stings. They instinctively know that using their stinger on a mammal is a one-way ticket to bee heaven, so they don't sting unless absolutely necessary. It's not a reckless act, it's a calculated decision to protect their colony. That level of decision-making is impressive, especially for a creature whose brain is about the size of a sesame seed. The hive mindset, protecting the colony. What's truly fascinating about honeybees is their sense of community. They don't sting out of spite. They do it to protect their hive and their queen. In the grand scheme of things, the life of one worker bee is a small price to pay for the survival of the colony. It's a level of selflessness that's rare in the animal kingdom, and, let's be honest, among humans too. Honeybees operate with a hive mindset, where every action is for the greater good. It's a system that's both efficient and inspiring. Each bee has a role to play, and they carry out their duties with incredible precision. It's like a tiny, buzzing version of a well-run corporation, except without the office drama and coffee breaks. And there you have it, the bittersweet tale of the honeybee's ultimate sacrifice. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of bees, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching, and until next time, stay curious, stay kind, and maybe let the bees keep their stingers to themselves.